So now today we'll talk about the SAP routing and navigations. Basically that is a very important part whenever you create your day-to-day life projects, then it's may require, because still now what we develop here, when we click on that page, actually it is not going any pages, but it may require that when you click on that it will navigate to other page, sometimes just the specific information or with some parameters. So that's the reason you need to configure the routing and navigation. So today our goal is to, once we click on any item, it will navigate to the detail page. So you need to, in the manifest.json, you need to configure in the SAP UI5 section. So you can see basically that is the SAP UI5, and there is the root, view and dependency. Those are the things. And now actually you have to configure the routing. So here that is on root, view, and that is dependency started. So here actually you can do the routing part. So like routing, okay. So inside that routing there is that config. So first we have to, in that configuration we have to call the classes route class, that is sap.m.routing router, that is one, that is the type. So this type is the what type of, it is actually the view, is not the JSON. So type view, then view type. So basically that when we click, then what it will open, it will open the view and what type of view, and actually that is the XML type of view. You know that different type of view like JSON, XML. So we are using the view type XML, and here we have to use that path. This path is important to go to the proper directory. So this path is actually that this. So it's up to view. It may be different based on your project, how you started. So this, and after that the controller, controller ID is the app, and that is the pages. Okay, so this is done. From here actually you have to the route. So this route will start with array. So this is the pattern. When I will complete the these navigations and with parameters, then you can actually realize that what is the pattern and how it's work. So now you can just check that. Then pattern, then name, it should, okay, name is the overview. I will describe in a minute. Just try to understand first. Target, overview, okay. So that is on route. In the same way, we will create another route. So basically it should under this. Okay, so that is on pattern, and this is another pattern, that is detail. And this is detail, and it is also detail. So this route actually it will come from that page. Like when we click here, then we have to decide that what is the route. It could be the pattern route, overview, or it could be detail route. So once we route the specific pattern, and it will, after that, like if we route to that here with that pattern, then actually trigger the overview. Or if we route in that pattern with the detail pattern, then actually it will trigger the detail. So the thing is that first we have to trigger the we have to call the route where it will go, and after that actually it will, when actually route will trigger the specific trigger. So first you have to trigger the routes, and route will trigger the overview. So basically that is the main things, that what is the things between the route and pattern. So now you know that I have, if I click on that, or if I make a pattern where it will come to that overview route, then it will trigger the overview. So now what we have to do, we have to create these two targets, because it will trigger the target. So we have to prepare the targets. Targets on is, that's the on is that overview. So I'm just configuring here overview, okay. Then let's make it like this. So in that overview there we'll have that ID, and ID is also named that overview. It will be more clear when you like when you will transfer, when you will trigger, and you can see that how it will navigate and how it will come in here. Name, that is also overview. Okay, so that is on trigger. We will create another trigger. So that is the on trigger, and we can just, after that name here, you can just copy this, paste this, and it should be details and details. Okay, so that's the basic things that you need route, and route need where it will trigger, and when you select the trigger you have to mention the trigger. In that configuration we already mentioned the class, we already mentioned that what type of view XML, it is all about the configuration. And here also mention where is the path. So every time actually we don't need to specify the path, because the path is coming from the configuration. So now second part is that we have to initialize the router. So for that purpose we have to initialize the router in that component. So here that components. So basically in that components is already metadata, initialize, everything is there. So actually here you can see that everything is initialized here in that initialize function. So here last we set the set model I18 those, but now we have to just add the new things, that is initialize the router. So here in that like URL, but this dot get router, and here initialize, we need to finish that. So now here we initialize the route, but we have to create a overview XML, because in that manifest we mentioned that actually overview, that is it's the view type and that is the name overview. So what we will do, we will create a view, it is in the view, and that is called, inside that view we will use that overview dot view dot XML. So here what we'll do, we will have like MVC view so here controller name. So that's the same way, I mean that we need that will be SAP UI demo. So here actually SAP.UI.demo, then walkthrough.controller dot f, because there is a controller is defined, then xml_ns.sap.m, that is the basic structure of that. XML ns mbc, it is automatically coming, and display box is true. Okay, so now actually we have to use the base. So here, that is the title. Title already we know that is the that is mentioned in the I-18, and that is the home page title. And now in that page actually we will use the two view. We already created two views, so we'll just call this two view from here. It is MVC, then XML view, view name, that is the same way. Here then we have two view. One is the hello panel and another is invoice list. So here another is invoice list. Okay, so now actually what we have to do in that app view, if we go to that app view, you can see that it's already two or already I defined, but actually it is coming from that the new view, that is the what is we just created overview. So here actually what we will do in that app view, it is already shell is there, so class is there. So here we don't need this. Why? Because now if we refresh, it's all gone because I removed this. So here title is also not there because it will come from this view, and this page is not there because everything mentions another. So here actually in that app only just app is nothing. Okay, so here we will add just id app. So here it should be close here. So basically this is created the app and app, but still we have two. So now what we have to do, once we have we just have that overview, but still we don't have that detail place. And here But before that, we need to fix these overview pages. So basically that is the view, then actually hello panel, and so now if we refresh, so now you can see that it's automatically is appearing here. So how it's coming, because if I go to that app controller, sorry, if I go to that here, the app view, so here you can see that it's nothing. It is just ID, but actually it is first it is loading here, then it is everything is loading here, because it is, although I didn't mention and although I didn't call here, actually it is showing because of that router. If I go to that manifest like here, then already I mentioned that in the root view you can see that is first, that is it, if it is the pattern is null, then it will call to the overview, and it will trigger the overview, and it will actually when it's called the overview, then actually it will view that overview page. And overview page, when it comes to the overview page, then actually it will show you the hello panel and invoice. So that is the reason earlier we just defined the two view in that app, but now actually you can understand that how trigger is working. Is now everything with the trigger. So from the very beginning we don't need to call anything, it just automatically triggering is doing. Then now is our second part, that when I click on that, then it will trigger the different pages. So now we have to create a detail page, because when we click here, then it will go to the detail page. So here actually in the view we have to create a new XML view, that is the detail dot view dot XML, that is MVC view. There's the just basic structure, then XMLNS SAP.m, it should look like this, and here it is the XML NS, then MVC. So now we will add the page. Inside that page it is title. Title will come from that I18, and that is detail page. It's not, it is the detail page. And another is, now we have to mention here that page router. Sorry, we have to define the object header, object header, the title, it is the invoice, just title. Actually it will not change anything because we just create, but we didn't call this. So here we mention this, so detail page. So actually detail page title, so we have to mention in that I18 properties, it is the like details. So now it will come from here. You already know this from the previous video. Now this page, this panel is the invoice list. So if we go to the invoice list, here we have to work, because once pressed then it will navigate the new pages. So here we can see that like here that error success, so that is the part of items. So that is the part of this item, and it is everything is coming from item. So here what you have to do, you have to inside that item you have to add another type, inactive, but now it is navigations. So just refresh just to see. So now you can see that the just hand button is coming, and now it is clickable, and you can see there is on item is there because actually we added this type. So now actually everything gone, and if we just add here the type, then again it will appears, although we didn't declare actually what it will do and where it will go. So now how it will go, once we press, then actually it is on. Press, so what it will do, it will call the function. So later we have to declare that function. So where we'll declare, we have to declare that function the relevant controllers. So that is the controllers. So if we go to that controller invoice list controller, so here you can see that on filter, that is on. So now we will here we will add another on press. So now here just before creating that, just for checking purpose, and as I mentioned, describe the debugging tool in the previous video, how you can debug, and I also mentioned that there is another way with the console. So now console.log click. Okay, so now you can see before doing other things, we just need to make sure that our function is calling properly or not. So if I press the F12, So you can see that is the click is showing here. If we click others, so you can see that is click is like 3 times click is important. So that means that when we click, then actually it is coming here. So now is this part done, and constant router this dot get owner component get router, then router dot navigate to details. So here, so let's see what it's happened. Okay, so it is not going to the detail page. So here need to check why it is not. That is also part of that. It could be part of that debugger. So here constant router this get owner component, then get router, and router navigate to details. So again, if just refresh, here it's not going, press the so here let's try. Okay, so basically here we mention the detail, not the details. So now here it is navigate to the detail page. You can see in the detail page. So now just recap how it happened. So first what we do, we just configure the manifest. Here we configure the routing, basically that is the configuration. In that path we mention that we just call the classes, that is the building classes, and what type of that is the view, everything is in view, and what type of view, this view is XML, and that is the path, I mean that from where it will get the view, so that every time we don't need to mention the path, and that is the controllers, that is the app, and that is the aggregation, that is the all page. So here we mention the routes on things, and another is the targets. So when there is a pattern, if there is nothing, then actually it will go to the overview and it will target the overview, and if it is the target overview, then actually it will show the overview pages. But if we navigate to the detail, what we just did, if we navigate to the detail, then actually it will navigate to the detail page. So that is the first time. If I go to that app, it is what is the controller. If I go to the app, so now you can see actually this is nothing, but everything is starting from here. If I this, everything is gone because router don't find anything. So that is the reason this pattern first mix, and it will route it will, if I go to the manifest, then actually it match this pattern and it is calling the overview, and cover view have that everything. and second time manually we redirect to the detail, and it is when we navigate to the details, then it is just going to the detail page. So that's all in my tutorial. In the next tutorial I will navigate with the parameter so that you can see data. That's all. Thank you.